Our Muni Maharaj, he liked so much this kirtan. As a drop of affection for Sri Guru and Vaishnava doesn't arise in my heart, then how will a miscreant like me get the service of the Lord? As my mind is always immersed in material conception, doesn't allow me to develop even a little affection for the Vaishnavas. Day and night I am bound by the witch of Maya, with a noose of fruitive desires around my neck. Hence my deep worldly affection, I become blind. Hence I am unable to get free from the clutches of such Maya. I doesn't see any other remedy without the grace of sadhus. Narottam Das prays to Vaishnavas, "O my dear Prabhu, you never see the defect in others and are famous as the saviors of the fallen, so please save me now." Jai Shri Vaishnava Thakur ki jai, Shri Narottam Das Thakur ki jai. So we can hear about Shri Gadadhara Pandit. This Gadadhara Tattva. Gadadhara Pandita di Prabhura Nija Shakti Tansabara Charane Mor Sahasra Pranati. Gadadhar Pandit and others are the Lord's own energies. I pay thousands of obeisances to their feet. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appears in 6 figures, namely as the 2 types of Guru, the devotees of Lord, the Lord Himself, His avatara, His expansion, and His energy. According to the principle of simultaneous oneness and difference, they are all identified with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Himself. So this mantra, Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam, it is, say, 5 energies. But there is also included Guru Tattva, like 6th one. So Guru Tattva means Shiksha and Diksha Guru. She who was Radha in Krishna's pastimes becomes Sri Gadadhar Pandit in Gaura Lila. When Gaura manifests his identity as Narayan, his Shaktis are his wives, Lakshmi Priya and Vishnu Priya. When identifying with Krishna, his Shaktis Gadadhar Pandit Goswami. Jai Shri Gurudev, Shri Prabhupada, Shri Muni Maharaj ki jai. Jai Shri Kadamba Kanan Goswami Maharaj Abhirbhav Maha Mahotsav. Today is his Gurudev Vyasa Puja. Jai Ho Shri Maharaj ki jai. Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. I offer my obeisances to Krishna, who appears in 5 figures as a devotee, as the expansion of devotee, as an avatar of devotee, as the pure devotee, and as the devotional energy. These 5 figures all appeared with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his avatar and in their association. He joyfully performed the congregational chanting of the holy names. Though he appeared in these 5 forms, there is in fact no difference between them. The distinction arises due to his desire to relish the different devotional flavors. Sri Gauranga Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Acharya, Gadadhar Pandit and Srivas Pandit, etc. make up the Pancha Tattva, and there is spiritually no difference between them. The Supreme Truth has unlimited pastimes, in order to relish the different taste of transcendental relationship, and thus he separates into these 5 forms as the form of devotee, the devotional manifestation, the devotional avatar, the devotional energy, and the pure devotee. So it's really important to understand this. You follow, please. Because this Pancha Tattva, it is not simple to understand, but also devotees who are offering their own life to Mahaprabhu, they could understand this. And through different manifestation, through different tattvas, we can come close to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But please follow, and it is full of nectar. Jaya Jaya Nityananda Gadadhara Jivana, Jaya Jaya Advaitadi Bhakatera Sharana. All glories to the life of Nityananda Prabhu and Gadadhar. All glories to the shelter of all devotees headed by Advaita. Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur comments on words. The life of Gadadhar, Gadadhara Jivana. The life of Gadadhar is follows. Sri Gadadhar Pandit Goswami is chief amongst the most intimate devotees of Sri Chaitanya. He is fountainhead of the entire Shakti Tattva, and is thus present equally in Mahaprabhu's Leelas and in Navadvip and in Nilachala. His childhood home was in Navadvip. Later he took Kshetra Sannyas in Jagannath Puri and lived in the garden or tota by the seashore. Pure devotees who wish to enter into Madhura Rasa of Sri Radha Govinda take shelter of Gadadhar Pandit, and only then they will come to be known as Gauranga Mahaprabhu's intimate devotees. Those devotees who are not so inclined to Madhura Rasa take shelter of Nityananda Prabhu and engage in pure devotional service. Some of Mahaprabhu's devotees, such as Narahari, were followers of Sri Gadadhar Pandit Goswami. They took refuge in him because they know him to be Mahaprabhu's dearest associate. Some devotees therefore call Chaitanya the life of Nityananda Prabhu, while others call him the life of Gadadhar. Gadadhar Pandit appeared in the village of Beletigram in the Chittagong district of modern Bangladesh. In 1487, a new era, on the dark moon day of the month of Vaishakha. His father was Madhava Mishra, a Varendra Brahmana in the Kashyapa Gotra, and his mother Ratnavati Devi. He also had a younger brother named Vaninatha. The family lived in the village Beleti until Gadadhar was 12 and then moved to Navadvip. Gadadhar Pandit was a brahmachari for his entire life. Indeed, his indifference to the pleasures of the world was such that Ishvara Puripad was very impressed when he visited Navadvip. Ishvara Puri gave Gadadhar Pandit instruction in a book he had himself written, Krishna Lilamrita. While Mahaprabhu was delighting in his pastime as a student, there was no scholar in the town of Navadvip who was unafraid of entering into debate with him. Mahaprabhu will defeat one's position and then show how the same position could be defended. Mukunda Datta, Srivas Pandit, and others who know The joys of the devotional mentality were afraid of getting involved in such useless debates with Nimai Pandit, and so they would avoid him. One day Nimai Pandit saw Gadadhar Pandit and asked him to give the definition of liberation. Gadadhar Pandit answered according to the Nyaya school. The liberation consists in the final eradication of all miseries, atyantika dukkha nivriti. Nimai Pandit then proceeded to show how this definition is inadequate. The other devotees who were listening to him speak thought how wonderful would be if such a brilliant scholar only become a devotee. When Mahaprabhu returned from Gaya, he began to reveal the transformation of divine love that amazed devotees. Srimad Pandit was the first to see Mahaprabhu's ecstatic symptoms, and he reported what he had seen to all the other devotees, who were overjoyed at the news. When Mahaprabhu decided to reveal his true identity to the devotees, he told them to come to the house of Shuklambara Brahmachari. Gadadhar Pandit was amongst those who went there, but remained discreet about his presence. When he saw Mahaprabhu become intoxicated with the power of the holy names, Gadadhar Pandit fainted. Mahaprabhu then said to him, Gadadhara, you have such good fortune. From your early childhood, your mind has been fixed on Krishna's lotus feet. Meanwhile, I have been wasting my life in useless activities. Despite obtaining the great treasure of human birth, by my misfortune, I could not make no use of it. Subsequently, Gadadhar Pandit would calm Mahaprabhu whenever he was over-affected by his ecstasies. One day, Gadadhar Pandit said to Mahaprabhu, your Lord, Krishna, is hidden in your heart. As soon as he heard this, Mahaprabhu began to claw at his chest. But Gadadhar Pandit stopped him from doing so. When Sachi saw how clever Gadadhar Pandit was in handling her son, she asked him to always stay near Nimai to protect him. Once Mahaprabhu suddenly started calling out the name of his dear associate, Pundarika Vidyanidhi, saying, Pundarika, my father, and crying. No one of the devotees who were present knew Pundarika Vidyanidhi, who was formerly Radharani's father, Vrishabhanu, and were thus unable to understand what the Lord meant. When they asked him, he glorified Pundarika Vidyanidhi and told them that he would shortly be coming to Navadvip, Mayapur. However, when Pundarika Vidyanidhi arrived in Navadvip, no one recognized him because he discussed himself as great sense enjoyer. In order to mask his profound devotional feeling, Mukunda Datta and Vasudeva Datta were former residents of Chittagong and knew Pundarika Vidyanidhi very well. One day Mukunda Datta told to Sri Gadadhar Pandit Goswami that he wanted to introduce him to a very advanced Vaishnava and took him to Pundarika Vidyanidhi's house. Mukunda introduced Gadadhar Pandit, and Vidyanidhi happily engaged the two of them in conversation. Gadadhar Pandit, however, who had been indifferent to sensual pleasure since he was very young, could not help doubting Pundarika Vidyanidhi when he saw the expensive furnishing by which he was surrounded, from the fine silk sheets as white as milk foam, perfumes in the air to the pan or battle he was chewing. Mukunda saw the doubt written on Gadadhar Pandit's face and decided to reveal Pundarika Vidyanidhi's true devotional nature of him. He recited the following two verses in glorification of Krishna from Srimad Bhagavatam. Aho bhakyam stana kalakutam jigmasaya payadadapi asadvi lebe gatim datri uchitam tatonyam kamvam dayalim sharanam brajema. How truly amazing! The sister of Bakasura, the evil Putana, was sent on a mission to kill Krishna. Despite her evil intention, he drank the Kalakuta poison that was mixed with her braised milk and awarded her the position of a wet nurse, like Ambika Kilimba in Goloka. We spoke yesterday about that. Is there anyone else I can take shelter of who is more merciful than this Krishna? Puttana loka balagni rakshasi rudirasana jighamayasyapi haraye stanam dattva pasadgatim. Putana was always hankering for the blood of human children, and with that desire she came to kill Krishna. But because she offered her breast to the Lord, she attained the greatest achievement. The instant that Pundarika Vidyanidhi heard these verses, he began to cry, "Ha Krishna," and fell to the ground in a faint. Extraordinary ecstatic symptoms began to show on his body. Sri Gadadhar Goswami was amazed to see this reaction and began to regret the offensive thoughts he had been having just moments before. Later, Mahaprabhu advised Gadadhar Pandit that the best way to become free of these offenses was to ask Pundarika Vidyanidhi for initiation. So this is how Gadadhar Pandit became his disciple. Sri Gadadhar Pandit Goswami was Mahaprabhu's constant companion. He participated in Mahaprabhu's water sports after the conversion of Jaga in Madai. He acted in the play about Krishna Lila in Chandrasekhara house. He observed this Mahaprakash darshan in Shiva's Angana. He was there when the Kazi was converted and when Mahaprabhu took sannyas. He accompanied Mahaprabhu to Puri, where he joined him in cleaning the Gundicha temple, bathing in Narendra Sarovara, and so many other pastimes. At Chandrasekharacharya house, in the first act of the play about Krishna's pastime in Vrindavana that Mahaprabhu staged, Haridas Thakur played the part of village constable. Shivas Pandit played Narada Muni, and Mahaprabhu was Rukmini. In the second act, Gadadhar Pandit also dressed as woman, at which time Mahaprabhu said, "Gadadhar is a part of my Vaikuntha family." Afterward, Mahaprabhu dressed as the primal energy, gave joy to everyone in the form of the Mother of the universe. The devotee too glorified him with hymns addressed to the Divine Mother. Sri Gadadhar Pandit Goswami went to live in Puri as a Kshetra sannyasi. Mahaprabhu gave him the service of the Tota Gopinath deity and told him to live in Yameshwara Tota, or garden adjoining the Yameshwara Shiva temple. On one occasion, when Gadadhar Pandit heard that Nityananda Prabhu had came to Puri, he invited him to come and take Tota Gopinath's prasad. Nityananda Prabhu accepted his invitation and brought some fine rice from Bengal as an offering for Gopinath. Gadadhar Pandit cooked the rice along with leaves and vegetables from the Yameshwara garden. When he was offering the foodstuffs to the deity, Mahaprabhu also appeared there, giving him great pleasure. The three of them joyfully took prasad together. When Mahaprabhu wanted to go to Vrindavan, Ramananda Rai and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya used all the means at their disposal to make him stay in Puri. On the third Chaturmasya, after his departure from Navadvip, all the Bengali devotees came to Puri with their wives to see him. After the Gundicha temple cleaning and the Ratha Yatra, the devotees returned home. As they were leaving, the devotees from Kulinagram village asked Mahaprabhu to describe the characteristic of devotee. Mahaprabhu then described the differences between Vaishnava, more advanced Vaishnava, and the most advanced Vaishnava. When Mahaprabhu showed even more determination to go to Vrindavan, the devotees finally gave him permission to leave after Vijaya Dashami. King Prataparudra gave a great deal of official help to smooth his journey. When Mahaprabhu crossed the Chitrutpala river to leave Puri, Rai Ramananda, Mangalaraj, and Harichandana continued on with him. Because of his Kshatriya sannyas, Sri Gadadhar Pandit Goswami was not permitted to go any further. He was unable to tolerate the idea of separation from the Lord. However, and wanted to move ahead with him, Mahaprabhu had to remind him of his vow to remain in Jagannath Puri and forbid him to go onward to Vraja. Gadadhar Pandit retorted, "To hell with my vows to remain in Puri. As far I am concerned, Jagannath Puri is wherever you are." Mahaprabhu insisted and told to Gadadhar Pandit not to abandon his service to Gopinath. Gadadhar Pandit stubbornly argued, "Just seeing your lotus feet is worth a million times more than any service to Gopinath." When Mahaprabhu said, "If you abandon your duties to Gopinath, then it will be considered my fault," Gadadhar said, "No, I will take all the responsibility for any offense for abandoning the service to Gopinath and for breaking the vow of Kshatriya sannyas. I will be going alone without disturbing you. I am going to Bengal to see Sachimata. Other than Mahaprabhu's intimate associates, no one will be able to understand the extent of Gadadhar Prabhu's devotion to Gauranga. Love on the path of spontaneous devotion is not easy to comprehend." Gadadhar Pandit was ready to abandon his vows, his service, everything for the sake of Mahaprabhu. When Mahaprabhu party arrived at Cuttack, 100 kilometers north of Puri, Mahaprabhu called Gadadhar Pandit and said, "You have fulfilled your objective to break your vow and leave your service. If you come with me, that will make you happy. But do you want your own happiness or mine? It will make me unhappy if your vows to remain in Puri and to serve Gopinath are broken. If you want my happiness, return to Puri. That is all I have to say. When he heard Mahaprabhu's words, Gadadhar Pandit fell to the ground and fainted. By the order of Mahaprabhu, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya comforted Gadadhar Pandit and accompanied him back to Puri. Due to her submissiveness and simplicity, Krishna's wife, Rukmini, was not always able to understand his joking words and would become frightened. Like her, Gadadhar Pandit was also unable to always understand Mahaprabhu's vitichims or his feigned indifference, all of which would cause him anxiety. Shri Gadadhar Pandit was by nature simply and pleasant. On one occasion, when Vallabha Bhatta came to see Mahaprabhu, he saw that Vallabha Bhatta was proud of his scholarship and ridiculed him. Mahaprabhu pointed out flaws in his philosophical understanding and ignored him. Vallabha Bhatta responded to Mahaprabhu's indifference by starting to visit Gadadhar Pandit and making a show of attachment to him. Mahaprabhu didn't particularly like Gadadhar Pandit's relation with Vallabha Bhatta and began to demonstrate a certain coolness toward him also. This behavior made Gadadhar Pandit fear that Mahaprabhu would reject him, and so he came and fell at lotus feet of Lord and started to cry. Mahaprabhu laughed and embraced Gadadhar Pandit, saying, I wanted to taste you, but you were not frustrated. You said nothing in anger, but patiently bore everything. Your mind was not agitated by my tricks. By remaining fixed in your simple nature, you have purchased me. No one can fully describe the nature of Gadadhar Pandit's ecstatic love. Mahaprabhu has thus been given the name Gadadhar Prananath, Gadadhar's life and soul. No one can describe the Lord's mercy toward Gadadhar Pandit. Thus people sing their names together, Gadai Gauranga. Shri Gadadhar Pandit remained on this earth only 11 months after Mahaprabhu's disappearance. In Bhakti Ratnakara, Narahari Chakravarti has described the terrible suffering of Gadadhar Pandit in Mahaprabhu's separation. He remained in order to give his audience to Srivasacharya. Repeating the name of Gaura Sundar with his eyes closed, his sighs were as hot as flames. No one but the Lord can know how Gadadhar Pandit suffered in his absence. His motionless body remained alive only so that he could bestow his mercy on Srivasacharya. Sri Gadadhar Pandit Goswami disappeared at Puri on the dark moon day of Jyeshta month in 1535. So this was spoken by Srila Bhakti Vallabh Tirtha Goswami Maharaj. This Gadadhar Pandit Tattva. Tomorrow we will go a little more in some details because here he spoke briefly. It is just go through pastimes, but everything is full of details. So something we can take tomorrow and glorify Sri Gadadhar Pandit for his appearance there. We souls, conditioned soul in this material world, we can only go ahead with spiritual life by the blessing of them. They descended to share, to distribute these blessings. How Maya is thick and how Maya is covering the souls in this material world, it is inconceivable. This thickness of covering, how Maya covering the souls, is so heavy that only Lord Himself have to act to break this. And Lord coming with His own associate, with His own parshadas, and how much love they show to His own master, their own master, Mahaprabhu. Just by hearing this, it is purifying our heart, purifying our mind, is purifying our existence. So their love, it is so extreme and so pure. Just to hearing about this is purifying us and encouraging. So we never can be like Nitya Siddhas there, but soul can attain through the sadhana, to become sadhana siddha, to become guided by them, and to become, how to say, like servants in their own department. So like Srila Bhakti Tirtha Goswami Maharaj told, there is different mood of Gadadhar and Nityananda. So Srila Gadadhar Pandit, Shri Gaur Gadadhar are present on the many altars in Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, presented in, because there are in the tattva, how to say, right, like Radha Krishna tattva. But in many also others, temple is Gaur Nitai separate, and it is different mood, different tattva. But Gaur Gadadhar is never disturbing this Radha Krishna Murti, means presence of Radha Krishna deities. They are in tattva same. So Gadadhar is Srimati Radharani. So Balaramji is Nitai. And in our line, it is nicely, how to say, nicely showed to jivas how to attain the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how to attain this mercy of Lord Nityananda, Lord Gadadhar, Srivas Thakur, Advaita Acharya. Now when I was in Baleshwar, there is one place where our Parijatak Maharaj, he took care of this place, and on this place, in that house, our Param Gurudev Srila Prabhupada, he was there for 3 days. He was staying. And he gave their explanation of Gadadhar Tattva. So they installed deities Gaur Gadadhar. And these beautiful deities, Gaur Gadadhar, very beautiful deities. So later this place came through many different channels. It was due to the time, another lineage, some Babajis was took care, then after some another people, then this and that. Then finally this place came to Guru Maharaj. But they changed name Gaur Nitai of Gaur Gadadhar. They are changed like Gaur Nitai. And all villagers, all these people around, they know this place like Nitai Gaur Temple is there. But actually they are Gaur Gadadhar. And when we was there, then I spoke with our Shla Parijatak Maharaj, and I told, yes, Guru Maharaj installed very beautiful Radha Madhava there, deity, very beautiful, amazingly beautiful. Mahaprabhu and Radha Madhava. And then I told, I feel that Gurudev was installed Radha Madhava because of Gaur Gadadhara. And he was smiling, Parijatak Maharaj, he was smiling. He said, yes, maybe they will again be known like Gaur Gadadhar. Very beautiful deity, very beautiful place. So, Shla Gadadhar Pandit is ocean of mercy. And you see in the Pancha Tattva, there on the right side of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are Nitai and Advaita Acharya, Nityananda Prabhu and Advaita Acharya. And on his left side is Srivas and Gadadhar. So on his side, on his left side, it is have meaning. Do you know why it's like that? Why is Nityananda on the right side and Advaita and Gadadhar and Srivas on left side? They are lords. We have heard in Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Svarupakam Bhakta Avataram. They are lords. Then they are this tattva is manifesting. There are no difference. Like Lord Nityananda is Balaram and Advaita Acharya is Mahavishnu. So this is God. But his Shakti, like Radharani, is always on the left side of Krishna. It is his Shakti. So Gadadhar and Shivas, they are Shakti. So in that tattva have everything meaning, why they are staying like this and why they are playing such lila like that. It is absolute tattva, is there. There is no difference in the tattva because this is all manifestation, but also we see Radharani is always on the left side and Krishna heart is on the left side. So she is always close to his heart. And right side is always extension, even when manifestation, when all manifestation, when you hear how Lord Balaram is expanded from the right side of Krishna. And all these from Balaram, all these Chaturvyuha, Mula Sankarshan, then after Chaturvyuha and all the expansion of Narayan, everything come from the right side of Lord. But Radharani is on the left side. And from Radharani is also expanded all these tattvas, all Dvaraka queens, Mathura, Vaikuntha Loka, and so on, all queens. So our Santa Maharaj is calling me. I have to stop here. Vanchakalpatarubhascha kripa sindhabhyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo nama. Shri Gadadhara Pandita ki jai. Shri Adivasa Mahamahotsava ki jai. Jai Shri Guru Maharaj Shri Prabhupada Shri Muni Maharaj ki jai. Jai Shri Kadamba Kanan Maharaj Vyasa Puja Mahotsava ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Nitai Gaura Pramanande Hari Hari Bol.